A motivated law. Halloween edition.
Okay, wait. So, before we get into the creepy part,
Yes, okay.
do you have sore throat? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, my well, so oh my god. Okay,
No.
I'm back to normal.
Hey, you're back! Finally! What was with that high pitch, low pitch? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, you trying to be in the voice or
something
what?
wrong with the settings. Something happened. So yeah.
Yeah, it's probably also because it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, Ashram!
Yes, happy Halloween as well.
Yes.
So so yeah. So today we won't be having any guests because we scared they might get scared lah with all our stories and shit.
Okay. Because it looks like I'm gonna be the most scared one. I do not know why I agreed to, record in the light and then all dark surrounding. So yeah lah. I'll pray lah while you're.
I thought
we
Kuantan
both-
is a scary place, so I thought you were used to this shit.
I mean, like, this is Selangor. It's a whole different ball game
Oh,
altogether.
yeah,
I do not
yeah.
know like the hantus here. I'm not like familiar with them yet. So.
Selangor hantu different lah.
Yeah, that one, the Selangor hantu is always no water one lah. So pity them lah.
So yes. So today guys, for you we have like a special edition. So today's episode won't be what they say educational, or there won't be a lot of information in it.
Serious.
But
Right.
yeah, just for you guys, we're just gonna tell you some ghost stories, like maybe in a joking way, or maybe it's ghost stories that okay, I have two stories of mine which really happened to me. Maybe I'll like add on a few more lah. Add on like a few more true stories, like if I have the mood lah.
Yay!
So
What do you mean if you have the mood? It's motivated. Like supposed to be motivated to tell the story.
yes, I should be motivated to tell ghost stories, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
So-
So, how about you start us off with your first story?
Yes. So this all
Here comes the sore
starts.
throat.
This all starts when I was in form. Okay lah, let's go to the story. This is a setup lah. So these two stories, they take place when I was in Form 2, which was around
Okay.
2013. Yes. 2014.
Okay.
No. Shit, no. 2000.
Around that timing.
2011, yes. Form 2. I'm not that young lah. 2011, yes.
Compared to me, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
continue on.
Sad old people
But
sadness.
don't call me Akka, okay, please, don't.
I didn't want to call you Akka. I called you old people.
Very good. Better. I always acknowledge the fact that you are old. That's how you
Yes.
be,
Old
you're
is
slowly-
wiser. So yeah, let's get to the story lah, Nat. Are you ready, Nat?
Yes. Yes,
So-
I am.
So okay, this first story takes place when I was in Form 2 lah. So this is like a year into Form 2 pula, Form 1, sorry. So
Form
this
1,
was
okay.
like 2-3 months after my parents sent me to like boarding school lah. So this is like a Islamic boarding school, something like that lah. Sekolah Tafiz they call it.
Asrama lah.
Sekolah agama lah.
Tafiz,
That we call it sekolah Tafiz lah. So so what happened was so this one night it was like a weekend night, so we were like, me and my friends, we lived our dorm room is like this long dorm room. So there's two dorm rooms, so
Okay.
there's dorm AB is in like one big room, and then dorm CD is in one big room. So I'm in
Okay.
dorm C and D lah. So I'm dorm D.
Okay.
So this whole line there. So me and my gang were in dorm D. Like by that time I already made friends lah. So
Okay.
it was like a weekend night. So we hang out and everything, and then we eventually like we talk, and then we just sleep on like. So it was like double-decker beds, So double-decker beds. So I was the lower bed because I was fat, big. So I couldn't take the
Don't
Up.
say that, okay?
I'm fat shaming myself, so it's not against the law. So
It's not
So
against the law. Wow, very good.
so I was at the lower bunk lah with my friends, like three or four floors. We just slept off lah, like that. Slept off, and apparently that night I had like tummy ache or something. So
Okay.
I slept off first. So I didn't know where the other, like the 3 floors went lah. So I just slept off first, and then I woke up like around 3 or 4 o'clock, like that. I woke up.
Okay.
As I was going to the toilet, like when I woke up, so my friend, he's like really like cramming into me, He's like cramming into me, like he's sleeping, but then he's like pushing me away. So that's how I woke up lah, actually, because
Okay, wait. It's a bunk bed, right?
bunk bed,
system.
but it's like 2 beds gabung, like that. 2 beds gabung. So we were at the lower bunk, me and my beside, and then another friend. We were just talking, and then I slept off, and then these 2 guys continued talking lah.
Okay,
So and then I slept off, right? So and then I felt like I had a tummy ache, and I felt like someone like pushing me away lah. So I woke up and I saw my friend lah. He was like pushing me. So I stood up, and then I like sleepy lah. I went to the toilet, and then I realized like there was like a weird, like I actually like terlanggar somebody on the floor, Somebody was sleeping on the floor. It was normal in that dorm, like people to sleep on the floor lah, because it was cooler on the floor, because there was no aircon or anything. It was just fans, So it was normal. So I just went lah. I just went to the toilet, and then I came back. So next day morning, I was like angry at my friend lah, because he was like cramming. He was sleeping beside me, right? Like he was pushing me around. So I told him lah, why you were sleeping like that? Kenapa kau buat macam tu? And then he said, you know what he said not? Aku tak tidur sebelah kau lah. Aku tidur kat lantai malam tadi. So who was sleeping beside me?
What was your first reaction when
I ran to one ustad, and I told him, and I said, you learning agama school lah, so all you have to face lah, he said like that.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
What
So,
the shit, man?
Yeah, okay, that was the first story, right?
Okay.
Second story will blow your mind.
Oh no,
This
I'm gonna die.
is like more how to say it's more like I saw it visually, and it was more graphic lah.
Oh,
So
crap.
okay.
Wait,
This was
give me a second.
okay.
Okay, let's go.
Any comments on the first story, like
No,
any?
it's so weird how you actually literally felt like was it like a finger pushing you?
No.
Or
It was like the
a
whole body, like somebody was actually sleeping beside me,
And so,
and I saw and I felt like it was my friend lah.
okay.
But it wasn't him.
Basically, the whole night you were cuddled by a ghost.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so sweet. The ghost is so nice,
Yeah,
He can
but
sleep
then
on top
it's
of you,
fucking asshole lah. I
like,
couldn't sleep the night. Fucking like asshole girlfriend like that.
oh my god.
So
Shit. Okay.
so yeah, that's the first story of Form 1 ghost stories lah. Second Form 1 ghost story, okay.
All in
When
Form
we
1
were
only, all in Form 1 only, wait.
Yeah, there's 2 stories lah, but this is all my personal experience lah. So this was when like later in Form 1, like towards the end of the year, we had to go to another because that school, it has 2 like branches like that, one in Klang Town and another one like in the kampong side like that lah.
Woohoo,
So
Klang. Okay,
yes.
continue.
So we had to go to the town branch lah for classes. So because the kampong side there, they were doing renovations and all that lah. So we went to the town branch, and we were like having classes and everything. Then class finished, and we were about to go home. So we had like the Asa prayer lah. Asa is like the 5 o'clock prayer.
Right.
So before going back, we pray first, then we naik bus and then go back to our our kampung branch like that. So as we are praying, so there's my friend beside me. This friend, I don't want to say his name lah. He's quite good businessman. We're still friends now.
Okay.
So what happened to my friend was, he is, how to say, the term in Malay is lemah semangat lah. Lemah semangat means
okay.
like they easily get afraid of these kind of things. Like they
also
panic. They
get
panic.
easily possessed or something, right?
Yes. So when you have lemah semangat, you are easily possessed. So
Right.
like the thing can easily take control of your body lah. So he had these things, but he was quite smart. He can hafal Quran very fast, and that's why it like kind of doubted me. And then I'll tell the characteristics of the ghost towards the end of the
This is
story
so
lah.
creepy.
What
Okay.
type of ghost
Okay.
it was. So we were praying, right? So in the Islamic prayer, when you finish your prayer, you have to look right and then look left lah. It's called bagi
Right.
salam. So he was sitting on my right, he was praying beside me on my right. So as I was looking to my right, and then he was sitting beside me, right, I saw, I swear to God, I saw one black thing just go into the floor.
You mean as in like go into your friend?
Yeah, it just like pop, like smashed him, and then he fell back, and then I finished the prayer lah. I gave the salam to the left, and then this guy was just like he did like a backflip like that, like on the floor lah. He was thrown back, and then he started like going on like a trance like that. He started shouting and everything, and then my ustad is like a pro silat. Like he can catch all those jinns and all that lah. So
Right.
he held that ustad, held him down, and a few more guys like me, big size fella, I also held him down. Fucker just wiggled around, and we just got thrown away. And that
He
ustad,
literally did the LMFAO dance lah.
no, like he started doing b-boy. Started doing. But no lah, but he just did small movements. I still remember this clear as day, because it was my like only experience of that thing happening.
You were there some more.
It happened just right beside me, So he like what I remember, he just like made small movements, and it was strong lah. The thing like took over his body, So and then my ustad, he tried holding him. You know what this fella did not? My ustad was, okay, let's say the fella is like lying down like that, and the ustad was at his head holding him down. He just did that, kicked the ustad's head. The ustad like this one, and then
This is from B-boy to Jackie Chan.
yeah, he did that shit. Okay, it's nice you mentioned Jackie Chan. We'll get to that towards the end of the story.
Oh my god. Okay, and then
and somehow like it took like 1 hour like that lah, like to calm him down and then hold him, get a grasp of him. They baca everything to make the thing slightly weaker, but the thing was still inside him. Thing was still inside him. The ustad told that this one very hard to go out. Now when we bring him back to our branch lah, to the dorm rooms, all that. So we went back to the kampung branch lah, to where we were staying. Form 1 students were staying lah. So to explain why we had to go to branch is Form 1, Standard 1 to Standard 6, and Form 1 in the kampung branch. Form 2 towards to diploma is in the Klang branch, like the town branch. It's like that lah. So we had to go back to our dorm rooms lah. That after that prayer everything, then they brought him in a separate car lah. So we were going home. And then we reached home, and then the night, in this school, night time we spend it fully in the surau lah. The surau, so we all go to the surau. So we go at 7, then come back at 10 or something like that. So and then come back at 10, we have supper. So what the ustad did was, he put my friend, the one that got possessed, right? he put my friend in dorm, like just now I was explaining dorm A, B, C, D, right? So he put him in dorm CD. So when
So you are in dorm D.
I was in dorm D lah, dorm CD, but
Okay.
it's in one room like that. The only thing separating dorm A, dorm C and D is like a line of lockers like that. So it was in one room, and then dorm AB is the same thing lah. It's just separated by a line of lockers, but so we were naughty kids lah. So I know this because we did this before. So the ceiling, right? The ceiling you can open and go to the like outside, you know. But then you can't go to dorm D and dorm A and D from C and D because there's a concrete wall between that. So it runs all the way to the roof lah. So even if you go above the ceiling, like the plaster ceiling, you can't tembus to the other side, you know.
Correct. Okay.
So what happened was we left him in dorm CD. We locked the doors, both the doors. We locked, like there's no way out. I went and saw it locked lah because I was like ketua class at the time. So I went and
you ketua class. That's the
leadership
way
skills lah. Why you think I'm here?
That's the way lah. Oh, whoa. sorry, I insulted you, boss. Continue.
So we locked everything. Then we went to the surau lah. Went to the surau and then we came back. You know where this fleur was or not? He was in dorm A. He was in dorm A and B. You know what he was doing? He was doing kawat, like the Japan kawat kaki. Like kiri kanan. He was shouting, you know, kiri kanan.
Are you fucking kidding me? That literally, like, did you hear him? Like,
yeah, we saw him because there was windows, right? We could literally see him doing the kawat, and then the ustad rushed in, hold him down. So there's two things that happened. He did the kawat, and somehow he teleported from dorm CD to AB. But there was a concrete wall, you know. There's a concrete wall even through the plaster ceiling.
So how did that actually happen? Did he break through the door or something or what?
I have a few theories on how lah, but then it sounds impossible lah for me. But then it really happened. I'm only saying this because I saw it. So yeah, that's why
literally Jackie Chan his way out of the room and started like kiri kanan kiri.
He was kawat, like literally doing kawat. So the story comes back to that place where the clan branch was lah. And this is quite normal in a lot of clan schools, you know. Clan schools are built mostly on top of Japanese cemeteries. Japanese soldier. I forgot the word for military cemeteries lah. I forgot.
Kind of thing. Yeah, correct.
So most and then this was one of the schools lah that were built on top of those things. Plus, I think they just tanam dead people in random places lah those days. So apparently that the ghost that entered his body was an ex-military officer of the Japanese.
Oh my god, damn! Did he felt like eating sushi or something after that? No, I'm just kidding. That is bad. That is horrible. But that is so messed up that. You know, what did you feel? You were 13 years old only and you're seeing all of this. You actually hold him down,
and
like,
we had to like that. That's one thing lah. So, little introduction about myself. See, my great grandmother was a ghostbuster. In the words of the modern words, she was a ghostbuster lah. So, I don't know if the viewers. I don't know if we're losing the viewers right now, like because hey, why you all believe in this stupid shit all? But I can vouch for it. It really exists. The supernatural exists.
Because
I'm gonna
for
lose
me,
a lot
I
of
feel
followers.
like
So.
it's okay. No, because I feel like if there is good in the world, there's also evil in the world.
Yeah, yin and yang lah. Yin and yang.
But if those that is don't trust all of this, then it's fine. You know that's
it's fine. Just listen to the story. Feel scared.
Just listen lah. Like, we are chasing for clout lah, for followers.
Yeah. We're just looking for followers, guys. So.
Yay! Follow me, IG Natasha Clarice.
Yes, it'll be down here. We're gonna put our names.
right here.
down there. So just go follow us there.
Subscribe.
And subscribe. It's going to be down here. Okay, it's going to be towards the end of the video. So subscribe. We're promoting, after ghost story. So continuing the story lah. So why I am scared. I'll be honest. I was fucking scared at the time. But then I knew how to control it lah. Because my great grandmother was, she was like this what people call not bomo but like a ustaza in her kampung, which she also specialized in like bringing out the like possessed, like doing what they call exorcism, exorcism, yes.
Please, so, it's supposed to be creepy, but this is good because it's helping me. I'm not.
Because it's a coping mechanism. Comedy is a coping mechanism. Remember last week's episode? So
yeah. Listen to our last week's episode,
guys.
Thank you
So,
very much.
So okay. Do you want to hear one story from my grandmother's story? My great grandmother, one of her cases lah, the cases that she's worked on.
Okay, so
ghost
before
files.
we get into like the really really creepy side, because your grandmother is like a pro lah, she's like the OG,
she's
right?
like a pro, and this story is kind of creepy lah because it involves dead people and shit.
Oh my god! Can I switch on my lights? Okay, so I mean before we get into like really like the OG of all OGs lah, okay?
My great
Party rocks lah, by the way. So I remember when you're telling me this kind of story, there was this one time that happened to me. This was like the only one time I think like I've experienced like, yo, this shit is real. So to give a background story, my mom, she used to work in a gynecology place. So she was a gynecology nurse for like 20-30 years. So she's been in this clinic for a very long time.
Let me stop you. Before this you said no story. Okay, damn tune. Now you got story. Damn tune.
I don't know.
I was scared, Okay, I had to tell all the stories today. Okay, now nice. You got story from Nat.
It's okay.
So okay, continue.
Is,
gynecologist.
This is coming from Kuantan. Okay, by the way. So anyways, this clinic, there is it's actually the first floor. Okay, downstairs is all the medical, whatever checkup. Upstairs is where people, give birth, like go into the what do you call it? Literally giving birth lah, okay? So there's like the operation theatre room, okay? And then in that operation theatre, which is the first floor, one more floor is upstairs, where people actually used to stay there. But it's very abandoned, it's very quiet.
Oh, so like for doctors who are on call and all that lah.
Yeah, you can say so, but to be honest, because there were so many things that happened there, my mom used to tell me there's so many things that happened. A lot of people just slept outside
so it was
the lobby
abandoned
or whatever lah. So it's like abandoned, nobody is there, it's quiet. So my mom will tell me a story, I'm like, yeah, oh my god, it's scary. But that one time I was there, I was like, oh my god, it actually happened, like what the shit. It's not as scary as like people buat kaki or lah.
But this was your own experience lah.
Yeah, so this was in the afternoon, not even night. This was in the afternoon, after lunchtime. So me and my dad and my sister was also there. Okay, so while we were waiting for my mom to finish her work and her shift, we were sitting in the lobby lah. So when you're sitting in the lobby, upstairs you can see like those abandoned like rooms kind of thing lah. Okay, ceiling and all. Suddenly I heard from upstairs like the abandoned the rooms there.
That floor.
Yeah, there was like footsteps. And then suddenly the door just slammed on, I'm like, what the hell was that? I was like trying not to panic. I was telling, Daddy, did you hear that? My dad was in the newspaper like, reading newspaper like, yeah, I heard. Nah, it's okay, ignore je. I'm like, how? When you just heard something like there was no one upstairs, you could hear footsteps and the door slamming, That's where I was like, I started praying lah for a person who actually, like I was very young at the time, like a teenager. Of course at the teenage time, you're not like into like very religious or whatever at the time lah. I was like, yeah, I go to like, I'm a Christian, so I go to church every Sunday. But at that time I was like, Lord Jesus, where are you when I need you, man? Like, So that really scared the crap out of me. And then I just told my mom, Ma, did you hear upstairs? Yeah, normal one. It's not very normal. Just ignore. And I was like, wow, these people are like, wow, they're like macam, whatever lah, you know. And there are times where my mom has told me that she slept in the operation theatre room, right? You know, sometimes because there's a bed there and all that. That's where also more of the stories come about lah. So where sometimes you hear like people tugging on a shirt like that, you know, like tugging.
Oh,
And so
like
what,
sleep paralysis like that. Or
not
it's just like
really.
people
Like
tarik
you can
like
feel
that.
like someone is tugging your shirt.
Oh,
So I
shit.
told her like obviously she had to adapt lah, right? Then I told her like, how did you manage to adapt? And you know, she said like one of the best thing you can tell them is that you kind of just have to tell them, please don't disturb me, I want to sleep right now. And then they were like, okay, you know.
Yeah,
And then
right.
sometimes she be sleeping and then she can like, you know, the where they keep the baby, the newborn babies there.
Yeah.
Sometimes one whole row of baby will start crying. So that's why my mom would know like, okay, something is off, like something supernatural was there.
Yeah.
And what she would say is, please stop disturbing my babies, go away, you know. And then they will be like, okay, go away. So I'm like, I can never be as brave as that. But if anything, I feel like if anything were to actually happen, I think that's how we kind of like.
Yeah, because
you know?
they are also in Islam lah, jinns not in I think in Christianity also is like that, but in Old Testament lah, I think. I'm not sure the details about but in the Abrahamic faiths like Judaism, Islam and Christianity, so basically jinns are actually interdimensional creatures.
Okay, what do you mean by
So like interdimensional, if you're a Marvel fan or this one, have you watched okay lah, I don't want to give spoilers, but Shang-Chi spoilers. Shang-Chi spoilers lah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I mean, I'm not really a Marvel fan.
So
to the
basically
death, but
dimensions lah, there are different dimensions within, like Earth, there's different dimensions in Earth itself.
You're trying to say like in a sense where Earth interdimension like aliens and humans?
No, aliens are out of Earth. So within Earth itself, this is the dimension we are living in lah. Let's say we are dimension A. So there are certain like, have you seen Doctor Strange?
Yes, I
Doctor
have.
Strange, you know Doctor Strange when the ancient one pushes him and then like teaches him what actually is the world and all that. And, you know, he goes into like he took LSD or something, and then he just like goes he just goes into like this one. So those are different dimensions. So these are he travels to multiple dimensions lah. So this informational lah. So this is the scientific theory behind the word that is called alam jin. Which is this is why people don't believe in the things, because we, for those kind of things, we still use like old terms like alam jin, hantu and all that. But then but if we see in the modern thing, it actually matches lah. It's basically physics. They are just interdimensional beings, which some of them like to disturb humans. They like to travel to our dimension and disturb humans. So they have been living on Earth like way like million years longer than we like humans have been on Earth. So they were like they might have existed when dinosaurs and all that lah. So that's not scary. Let's get back to the scary shit. So
oh my god! Just when I was like, distract him.
So
but let's go. This is Halloween.
Yeah, let's go all out.
Okay, let's hear from this OG party of yours.
Yes, the party story. So
yes,
she's this was in India lah, in my kampung. So there was this case that came to my grandmother, which she was possessed. She's a young girl, but then she started dancing around she like took out a tudung and then started dancing around and all that.
Twerk,
Like she
no,
did
okay,
dangdut lah, even back then, without
Dangdut?
any information about Indonesia, she started doing dangdut in India, in the 80s.
Wow.
But not exactly dangdut lah. That was a joke.
What is this outgoing ghost is that?
So she was dancing and everything, and then they brought her to my great grandmother lah, my party. So
So it's a great grandmother, not your grandmother.
Not my grandmother, my great grandmother. So this
Okay,
is
understand.
my mom's dad's mother. Kira
Mom's dad's
my mom's side grandfather's mother lah.
Okay, got it.
So she was like, because back then all the men would come to Malaysia to work lah, to come work here, and then the people left in India was like young boys and also young boys and women lah in that whole kampung like that. So only women and young boys will be there lah. So
wait, Chok.
okay.
Okay, can you hear like a keychain sound like that? Okay, never mind. Because sometimes when you're recording, I can hear my dog. She was scratching herself. I can hear the keychain sound. Okay.
Oh,
Anyways,
like I can't hear the sound. So okay.
Cannot hear.
Oh, that's now I heard. Little bit loud. It's very soft.
Very soft. Then
Okay.
we continue on to
Okay.
the young boys.
Where was I?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So, where was I? I forgot where it was. So,
Sorry.
my
dog
god,
wants-
the doggo.
Okay, I'm
So-
not scared anymore. Continue.
Okay. So, what they call that? So this case came to my grandmother lah. Came to my great grandmother, and then she was so what the process is usually they try to communicate with the thing that's possessing the person. So they ask, who are you, where did you come from, and all that. So first it didn't admit it just said I'm not a ghost, this is my own personality and all that. And then so in Islam there's this ayat kursi. Ayat kursi is like the main ayat to like get rid of
Basically
jin.
to perform exorcism.
Yes, that's like the basic, the most basic one lah, ayat kursi.
Okay.
So what my great grandmother did was she if you are the real human, recite the ayat kursi. So the thing about ayat kursi, what a lot of Muslims also don't know is that actually jinns can read them, but then to a certain point there's one part of the ayat kursi that jinns cannot, like bad evil jinns cannot read. So it was reading until that part. It was like the last part lah. Until that part it just stopped. The girl just stopped lah reciting it. So and then my grandmother is like, he was taunting lah, like my grandmother lah, she's like, I think she was doing stand-up comedy back then lah. So she was like she was taunting, read sambung lah, like she was she was like freaking brave,
fearless,
because to like reach that level you need to betapa like in like scary places all, to reach that. So
she has been through
that lah. So so like feminism lah, basically it's a feminism story. So like women, they say women those days all like they were this one, but back then so they were strong lah. So that's one value in my family lah, strong women lah. So my grandmother was like that. So she was like, sambung lah, like, but she was talking in Tamil lah. She asked to sambung, and then cannot, and then lead that goes like she read something else, and then the thing that possessed that she's actually related to me lah. She's also an aunt to me, so that but I refer to her as girl lah because at the time she was young. So the girl just kept quiet, and then another voice, a man's voice, started talking through her. Like in I don't know if you watched Conjuring 2, the one.
I watch every Conjuring and I'm like, oh my
the
god.
The one in England, the one where the English family, and then suddenly she starts like, and then the voice starts.
correct,
like
yes.
that lah.
So it's something like that.
Like that. You know the little girl? Same thing lah, little
Yeah.
girl, but then old man's voice. But this one was like a more of like a teenager kind of voice lah, coming out
Right.
from that.
Right.
So what happened was,
Oh my God.
so this ghost started telling why he entered that Aka's that girl's body lah. So and then he mentioned that he apparently that boy was a boy that lived in that kampung.
Okay.
And that
alright.
my mom's side kampung lah. So
Okay.
that boy had passed away around like 6 months or 3 months before, like that lah. Something like it was very recent when that boy passed away. So you know how that the way the boy passed away was fucking gruesome lah. So he was his job was, because all the people in the kampung were women, right? So this guy is like the oldest teenager, like that. So he will go buy stuff in the town for all the people in the kampung, and then he'll bring back in the bus lah. So it was back then, like in the 80s. So in one trip where he went to get the stuff, one of the like something fell down. He leaned, but the bus was there. He was on the bus. You know how in India people just stand on the side of the stairs
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh my God, I do not know how they do it.
So he was doing that, but something fell down. So he just leaned down to this one. He leaned down to this one, and then he fell down, and his head got crushed on the tires.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. It's true. It's a true story. If you meet my relatives, you can ask. It's a
No,
publicly known.
I don't think I wanna ask your relatives about that lah. My God, no.
So
One story is enough for me.
because it was
anyways,
small,
so-
it was a small village lah. So people knew everything that was going around. So this boy, so that ghost of that boy was there lah. That is not even the best part of the story. The best part of the story is how this, you know, when he leaned down to take the thing. So this, okay, I'll tell you a story that came before lah. So when this boy was alive, what they did, so there was like this another guy from like a kampung, like a different kampung. But every time he comes to the kampung, confirm stuff will hilang lah, because he's like a steal, what they call it, like a robber, like pickpocket something. But then he does big scale stuff lah, like he pecah masuk rumah and then steal stuff and all that.
Okay.
So one day, like this guy was going over lah. So every time he get caught, so he'll come back out. He got connections and all that shit lah. So this was in the 80s lah. So like people, these kind of things all don't come out very often. So these are like very small stuff, right? So they got angry. So they formed like a group of the boys in that kampung. They caught that other guy who was stealing stuff from a different kampung, right? So that they caught. Okay, let's give that guy named Kumar lah. Kumar, the guy who was stealing and all that. So
not the Singaporean comedian.
no. Okay lah. Kumar Ravi or something.
Kumari lah.
Kumari is a girl's name.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's put John lah. Let's
John.
name John.
Yes, John.
Yeah, John.
So
Quite
let's
funny.
continue
Yeah,
the
plus.
story lah. So they formed a group. They caught John, and they beat the shit out of John. They basically last time, you know, you watched all these
They
Tamil
stoned
movies.
him and all that.
How they'll just kill people in the kampung. No
whole
one will
village
know.
will come. Yeah.
No one will know.
Correct.
Plus this guy is like a douchebag. No one will come for him lah. So he lives alone and all that. It was back in the 80s lah. So see how I'm justifying things like it was back in the 80s. You know, shit just happened. So so this how to say that? So they caught John. They beat the shit out of John, and then the moment where his body was, he's gonna die already. You know how they're panting, right? Like that. So apparently this guy was like he was begging for his life, and then he asked for water. Give me water. So these kids were like fucking assholes. So you know the kid that possessed the boy, possessed the girl. So you know what he did not? This asshole went and went and urine in this John's mouth when he was gonna die. So as he was dying, as his soul was leaving his body, he saw the last thing he saw was this fucker pissing in his mouth lah.
What
So
was the reason of him doing so?
Because the fucking teenagers lah, they like got the hype of killing somebody, and then they just went full on violent and no mercy mode. And it's not a normal thing. That's fucked up. It's very fucked up.
It's
very fucked up. Very fucked up. So that's what this ghost number one, that ghost boy number one that possessed the girl did lah before he died. So coming back to how this boy died, remember when he leaned down to take the thing that fell down? So the other ghost, John's ghost, what John's ghost did was, so when he was leaning down to take the thing, right, pulled the shirt from under the bus, he saw the ghost do it. Pulled, and then John's ghost was, okay, I'm getting goosebumps. So John's ghost was the one that killed this kid when he was a human, and he died. And apparently a few months later, when this girl went to town to buy some stuff with her mother, in the auto, the auto in India, the yellow color auto. So when they got into the auto, this ghost of that boy just tumpang and then got into the body, and then it comes to the starting the story lah, where they bring that possessed girl to my grandmother. So the whole story was told by this ghost from the body of a girl and the voice of a teenager boy.
Oh my god, that is whack. Okay, that is so epic.
So there was like two ghosts involved in like one whole story. So two different ghosts. So one was seeking revenge. One was just like he just wanted to come back to his kampong lah.
Right. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know. I just do not know how to process that. That is
and this shit is like a real, like, it's a true story. It's a true story lah.
I mean, dude, obviously it's true story. If not, there's no goosebumps from my side, man.
Yeah, dude, I was getting goosebumps.
Oh my god. Yo, that is so creepy. Like, okay, so towards the end, like, after your great grandmother, she knew about the story and all.
And then she took him out and then like told him to like don't ever come to. So they know what they do lah. They baca and everything. So they just asked to chow lah. Don't come near that kampung again.
Oh my god. You know, I'm the kind of person where I really don't like to watch horror movie alone. I'd rather watch it with friends. And here I am in the middle of the night.
Lights closed.
Lights closed, and I mean my dog is right beside me. I think she also got scared for a while. But oh my god, this is such an interesting story. You know, like it's like two ghosts. You know.
Yeah. So
like in one...
Ghost A killed Ghost B. Ghost B possessed somebody.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god! That took out a lot of things to just. Wow! You know, I feel like this is helping me to be brave, but I don't think I want to do this ever again.
So yeah, we can end on that note lah, that story lah.
Yes. Oh my god, that is really.
It will
really
only go
story.
scarier after this. Let's not give our audience that. So
I mean, we already look outside in the mirror. We already got scared.
Yeah,
so I think we just
this one
put
if
it on a hold.
I tell ghost stories more, how more scared would people get, right? So
correct. Yeah. Well, your stories are super epic. Okay, it's very, thank you for really sharing that. That is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining in this special Halloween
episode. So guys, don't forget to post scary photos, and if you have scary stories, just put down in the comment section below. Maybe for next year Halloween we have more stories lah.
Yes,
so,
but for me, make sure to not be creeped out. If the male side can dress up as Magic Mike for Halloween, that would be great. That would be the icing on the cake. So yeah, that's just my advice lah for next year's Halloween.
So yeah, guys.
Yeah. Please, thank you so much for listening and stay.
Eh,